Hey y'all, welcome to Odd Yawns. In this video, we're working on our pole barn expansion project. So what we're really doing is we're fabbing up all the brackets, splitting them up, drilling holes. Then we're going ahead and cutting down our poles so we can get our actual framework built. In the next video, we'll actually go through and we'll weld it all together and go ahead and put a tin roof on the top of it. So I appreciate you watching. Stick around. Hey y'all, so this right here is the next step in our project. This is just continuing on with our pole barn build. So right here, we have to have 38 brackets. And so the good thing about this is that we're taking this square tubing and it's going to be the same size as the square tubing down there on our pole barn that we're working on. What we're going to do is we'll cut out 19 of them. Then we'll go ahead and use the grinder with a little cutoff wheel to trim this off, as well as this, and then that'll give us 2 brackets for each piece. And as you can see, there's our first one cut off. Pretty quick process with the chop saw. I mean, a decent clean cut. It's not perfect, but we're just going for utility to make these brackets up. Truthfully, this probably is the fastest part of the process, but I'll go ahead and knock the rest off and we'll come back whenever we're going to trim all these sides off to actually make them into our brackets we're going to use. So, and just like that, now we've turned our piece of square tubing into 2 brackets. So next step, we're gonna have to get them all, of course, cut all the rest of them and then get them on our drill press and drill 2 holes, maybe 3 holes. We'll see how it spaces out in each side so we can mount it to the square tubing that we have out there and then to the pieces that we put on top of it, used as a bracket. All right, so we got the drill press out here, and the step we're gonna do now is we're going to drill a hole here, 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 and here, just so we can form the brackets that'll go on our square tubing to hold up the cross pieces so we can put them all into place before we go through and weld it up. So here's a picture of a finished one. So as you see, this one's got the 2 holes there and the 2 holes there. Drilling it with this is a heck of a lot easier than the way we used to do it. We used to clamp it down to the table and do it with a hand drill, which was very slow and a lot more difficult. So I'll show you how easy this is right here. As you can see, it's as fast as that. You got to be really careful because all these things are razor sharp. That's why we got this bucket down here to catch the majority of them. But we'll drill out the rest of them. We've already done a good share of it. We'll drill the rest of them out and we'll bend 6 of them so they can go on that angle that we want to keep the rain flowing off of our roof. So we'll knock that out, bring you back for the bending, and then it'll be on to the pole barn to get everything else prepped up. Okay, so here's the part. We got 6 brackets over here. We're gonna have to bend 3 of them so that this side will come down, and then 3 of them so it'll come up. And that's whenever we're working down, we're gonna have the downs on the higher uprights and then the ups on the lower ones to receive it, just to make it a nice even 5-degree slope so we can shed the water. So it's done pretty easily. Just get your vise, go ahead and start crushing them, and then you let it go. We got us a little slope there, but we want a little more. So just as easy as that. And now we have it sloping down, and we'll show you how we make the other ones. Do the same thing except opposite, where you're spreading it out. And that does it like that. So now we're sloping up. So I'll get the rest of these knocked out and we'll go down to the pole barn and get to work on that. So now we're back here, got our square tubing held together with these brackets. We had a lot of grief last time cutting these off with the chop saw, and it just took forever. So I think we got it figured out now. We have this actual metal blade for a circular saw. So I'm thinking we can run this along here, essentially cut through these welds, or at least close enough to separate these in a little bit more efficient and timely manner. I don't know, we'll see how it goes. I have a smaller one as well, which would require us to do a cut on the top and a cut on the bottom. But we tested that one out and it worked pretty good. I want to see how this one goes since it's actually deep enough to get all the way through on one pass. I don't know, fingers crossed. All right, let me get out of the way, but if you look down in here, I think we can see clear cut all the way through. So much easier than using the Sawzall or even a grinder. Our next option was to get out a torch, but you don't really want to be torching all this galvanized stuff's really not good for you. So I'll go ahead and knock out the rest of these and I'll bring you back once we're ready to cut them down to size and go ahead and get them up there on the brackets. Hi y'all, so now we're out here again on another day. We're going to start off by cutting the tops off of all of these 4 uprights. We came out on Friday and marked it off with a laser level when it got a little dark, and now we've marked all the way around it, and we're going to go up there with the angle grinder, cut them off, and we can start putting brackets on, as well as trimming down these cross pieces that'll serve as our supports. Okay, so as you can see, we have all of our uprights with the brackets attached. And so then the next step is we're going to measure from here over to here. Go ahead and mark it out on our square tubing there, cut it with the chop saw, and then we can go ahead and get her back up here and bracket it in. So we got the chop saw with the stands all leveled out, so it'll be a nice clean cut, and we'll go ahead and knock this out. Hey y'all, so that's about it for today. We got the majority of the frame up. We just got to come back out here this week, finish it up. We got 2 sections left, and then we'll go ahead and weld it together. Try to make another video with welding and actually putting the tin on the roof. So all in all, productive day. Just got a little bit more work to do. Press on through and we'll be done. All right, thanks for watching.